Good morning. All right. Thank you all for being here. Welcome to the first ever annual Putnam County Workforce Development Summit. There it is. All right, so this is being brought to you today by the Putnam County Chamber of Commerce, but we do not work in silos. So this is an effort from our Workforce Development Task Force, resource provider partners all working together. That's JAXUSA Partnership, that's the Putnam County District Schools, Goodwill of North Florida, Career Source of Northeast Florida, St. John's River State College, Palatka Housing Authority, the Putnam Sheriff's Department, Northeast Florida Education Consortium, all working together to bring all these resources to fruition. So we have a great group of presenters today. We have a great group of local businesses that have been participating in our Workforce Development Task Force group as well, and a lot of those individuals are here today. We're so grateful for the support of Armstrong Roofing, JB Glass, Bates and Hewitt Insurance, Certainty, Georgia Pacific, Marble Today, St. John's Shipbuilding, HCA Putnam, Beck Automotive, HCA Putnam, Veritas Steel, Seminole Electric, and many, many other employers in the community that have jumped on board with this Workforce Development Task Force group. I'm Laura Pavlus, the president of the Putnam County Chamber of Commerce. I see a lot of friends and faces in the room. Restrooms, little housekeeping, restrooms are out here in the hallway. You can sneak out to your right, or you can sneak out the back and head around to the left. And so we're gonna have a great day. Today's summit grew out of a desire to share the resources of information that we exchange in our Workforce Development Task Force meetings with a larger community audience. We hope today that you will leave with some new solutions, armed with some new information, and with a deep sense of community pride for everything that's already underway in the community. And that will encourage others to get engaged and get involved with these Workforce Development Task Force efforts. So why does all this matter? Why are we here? Why are we doing all this? Who benefits from workforce development programs? Everyone benefits. Employers win by gaining skilled workers that can meet their labor force needs. Residents win by having the opportunity to upgrade their skills and advance in their careers and earning potential, increasing their personal wealth and quality of life. And our community wins. When we have a higher quality workforce, it improves our competitiveness for business relocation and business recruitment efforts. Companies want to move to places where there is ample talent to foster their success. So if you registered on your way in today, you're gonna be added to an email list, and we invite you to stay engaged, get engaged, and continue the conversation as we move forward. And now, it is my pleasure to introduce you to Mr. Oche Bridgeford, our Master of Ceremony this morning. Oche took the reins of the Palatka Housing Authority in 2024 as president and CEO. He is a force in our community, and his energy and enthusiasm for helping and empowering our community members is incredible, and it's inspiring. We're so fortunate to have him in our partnership, and would you please help me welcome Mr. Oche Bridgeford today.
Thank you, Laura. So as we get started today, anybody happy to be here? Anybody? Somebody? Okay. All right, as we get started, I want to ask everybody to stand up real quick. I know we just sat down, got comfortable in the seats and everything. Can I get everybody to clap their hands? Everyone clap your hands. Everyone clapping. Down front we clapping. In the middle we clapping. In the back we clapping. Keep clapping. Repeat after me, say aye. That was kind of weak. Say aye. We gotta do better than that. Try one more time, just keep clapping. You're gonna feel it in a second. You'll feel the energy in a second. Repeat after me, say, I am somebody. I can succeed. Say, I am somebody. I can succeed. All right, you can have a seat, you can have a seat, you can have a seat. Now, I do that whenever I stand in front of a group of people, and I've done it almost literally everywhere, from community centers to special events to whatever. And I do that specific exercise for one reason. And that reason is because the older that you get, when you are a young person and you are a high achiever, you get that a lot. You get a lot of people telling you, hey, you're going to be somebody, or you are somebody. You get pats on the back, but the older you get, those things kind of just dissolve. And sometimes life can deal you some blows where you don't feel like you're still somebody, and you don't feel like you're living your success at that moment. And I've had some very dark days in my life where I had to stand in front of a mirror with tears running down my face. And I had to look myself in the eye and say, I am somebody. I can succeed. And so I always look at that, though it may be an inconvenience for a moment, that's a gift from me to me. And that's a gift from you to remind yourself that you are somebody, that you can succeed. It is important. As a matter of fact, it is essential. And so as we are gathered here today to celebrate all the work that all of our organizations are collectively doing in looking for ways to tie that work together, we have an all-star cast of leaders who are leading initiatives within their own organizations and within this community. This first person that I'm bringing to the stage leads partnership with JAXUSA partnership. Will you please put your hands together and show some love for Dr. Anna Lebesch.
I always love when you have music to walk up to. It gets you jazzed a little bit and excited for this conversation. Well, good morning, everyone. How are we doing this morning? Good. As it was already mentioned, my name is Anna Lebesch, and I am with go ahead, next slide, with JAXUSA Partnership. JAXUSA Partnership is the regional economic development partnership for Northeast Florida. We serve 7 counties of Northeast Florida, with Putnam being one of those counties. We are happy to be here today. Putnam holds a dear place in my heart because I spent probably over 15 years of my career in higher education right here in Putnam County. It's also special to me because it's a rural county, and I grew up in a very rural county myself, not in Florida, but in Missouri. And so I know the heart that people have in rural counties. And so I'm so excited to be with you today and kind of share a little bit about what's happening with the Jacksonville region, along with what's happening kind of in the talent ecosystem. So next slide. Probably no surprise to everyone is that this entire region is growing, and it is growing at a significantly faster rate than the rest of the nation, as well as the rest of Florida, and even the rest of the bigger metropolitan areas in Florida. This has been a trend that's been happening for quite some time. And as you look at the next slide, you'll see that all of the counties in our 7-county region are growing. Putnam has also experienced that positive growth as well. So I'm here to tell you some of the positives, but I'm also going to be talking a little bit about some of the challenges that we have as we look at this growth. As you look at the next slide, you'll see the region represents over 1.9 million residents. And the largest age group in that 1.9 million is the 30 to 39-year-olds. That's a positive thing. We need that younger workforce in terms of building and supporting our companies and our organizations here. But as you look a little further into the migration slides, you'll also see other areas that are growing. Our 70 to 84-year-olds are growing in this region as well. And they're coming to the region because of the great quality of life that we have and the tremendous healthcare services that are available to them. You also see the 40 to 44-year-olds, and what brings them here are the job opportunities that we have, and again, that quality of life, particularly for those who are raising families. When you look at where people are leaving, though, you will see, and this is the bad news, you will see we're losing those 25 to 29-year-olds. We need to really be thinking about how do we keep the young professionals in our communities and in our workforce, because they are the ones that are going to continue to build their careers wherever they decide to be. Now, here's an interesting thing, though. When the census did their last census study, they did a specific study on 16-year-olds. And they looked at 16-year-olds, and then they looked at where were 16-year-olds 10 years later. So that's right 26, that age group. Almost 75% of them were back in the communities that they grew up in. So what does that tell us? What it tells us is they may go away, they may go to different areas to perhaps get different training, they may want to go experience the world in a different location, but the majority of them come home. And that's important for our conversations around helping them understand what opportunities there are in this region that they're living in. When you look at these migration demographics, one of the things you'll also see is that the people who are moving in tend to be people who are moving in with higher incomes. And the people that are moving out are those that have lower incomes. And they're moving to find areas that have a lower cost of living. Now, this region still has one of the lowest cost of livings in the Southeast, but it's lower relative to everyone else. And cost of living is growing for everyone. And so that's also a factor when we look at how do we keep our talent, how do we compensate our talent, things for us to keep in mind. Now, here's one of our challenges. As you will see here, this year is the peak. This is the peak of young people entering into the workforce. This is the highest number of 18-year-olds that we are going to have entering the workforce for the foreseeable future. There are simply fewer people to do the jobs that we have. Let me say that again. There are fewer people to do the jobs that we need to have done. So we need to be very thoughtful about how we engage this future talent and the opportunities that we have available to them. So speaking of workforce, what does the workforce look like in the region? The region itself has over 885,000 people in the workforce. We are known as a region with a high concentration of veterans, which is really important for the workforce here. We're younger than the rest of the state, which we like to say overall. And we're also known as one of the best job markets in the country, which means there's a lot of opportunities. There's a lot of drivers as to why people want to be here. Now, how does that look here in Putnam County? Putnam County has a workforce of about 75,000. 6.2% of the workforce here are veterans. Your median age is a little higher than the rest of the region, but still at a very good place. And your median income is just a little over $47,000. When you look at where that workforce is working, where are the jobs? These are the targeted industries that we focus on for the region. And you'll see transportation, logistics, advanced manufacturing, life sciences, technology services, financial services, and corporate operations leading the way. But you'll also see those niche industries over there, like agribusiness being a niche industry that's important, space and defense in this area, and health tech along with fintech, technology-based programming areas. Since 2019, we've announced had over 113 different announcements, almost 17,000 jobs, and $6.2 billion of investments. Just in 2025, there were 9 announcements, almost 2,000 jobs, and this is to date. Next month is our quarterly economic development luncheon. We'll be announcing 3 more announcements. That's going to bring that job total to over 2,400 new jobs to the region. And you can see transportation and logistics and manufacturing kind of predominate what's happening in those job announcements. When you break it down to the jobs themselves, you see advanced manufacturing and transportation and logistics leading the way. You may wonder about life sciences and why life sciences is a smaller number when so much is happening in health and life sciences. This is just very specific project announcements. This is not the organic growth that your health systems are having because of the growth of the population. So for every one of these direct jobs that are being announced here, there are 2 to 3 indirect support jobs that are generated. So that'll be the construction jobs to build the facilities. It will be your healthcare jobs to support the workers. It'll be your teachers that you need to teach the children of the families that are working in these jobs. So with all of these specific announcements, you're actually seeing a compounding factor of growth opportunities. What does it look like here in Putnam County? You can see in terms of those targeted industry, the healthcare and social assistance and manufacturing are 2 of your top 5 growing industries. Your other growing industries are in the support service areas, including accommodations and food service and educational services. We are fortunate in this region and in this state that we have one of the best higher education systems in the country. And I know St. John's River State College is going to talk here in a little bit, but they are recognized by the Aspen Institute as one of the top community colleges in the country. This is a big factor when we are talking to companies who want to consider relocating into this area. They want to know that we have strong school systems and higher education systems, and that is a quality of life factor for them. When you look at primary education, we also have school districts that are high performing and are continuing to develop the future workforce. In this region, there are over 1,000 plus career-themed courses being offered, 300 plus career academy type programs, and we have some of the top high schools in the country. When you continue to look at this further, I'm going to do a big shout out, and I know Rick's going to talk, the superintendent's going to talk here in a little bit, but I'm going to do a quick shout out to our CTE programs, career and technical education programs in the region. These are a tremendously important factor in building the workforce that is aligned where the industry needs are. And if you don't know it already, you need to know this. CTE students are more engaged. They develop both technical and academic along with employability skills. They earn industry credentials. They graduate at a higher rate, and they ultimately earn more money. And the reason I always give a shout out to CTE is because I'm a former CTE student. And I can tell you right now, I would not have the success I've had in my career if it was not for the foundation that I was given back in the day as a vocational student. So thank you for all the hard work the educators are doing here today. When we look at those jobs and what are those jobs look like, in the past 12 months, there were over 175,000 job postings in this region. Right here, you will see some of the hard and soft skills that are needed by industry. And this is across every single industry. You see on the soft skills that the communication skills predominate the need. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. You have to be able to communicate. You also see on the hard skills some of the areas that are represented there, particularly the technological skills. Every industry needs individuals that have technology skills. And that is only going to continue to grow. Now, what's our challenge? Our challenge is, as we continue this talent conversation, is there's a lot of what we call career pathway misalignment, where people don't understand where the opportunities are and what are the career pathways to get into those opportunities. And what are the opportunities in our local region are different than what the opportunities may be in another region. And people always say to me, but isn't AI going to take all of these jobs away? You see that little picture up there? That's an AI-generated picture. I'm not particularly fond of the picture. AI is not going to take all the jobs away. It is going to change how we do our jobs. So it is certainly something that has to be integrated into the talent work that is being done, because people will have to change how they work because of AI. When you look at this chart right here, I wanted to share this with you because these are Gen Alpha, the next generation, right? Gen Alpha. And this is what they say their dream careers are. And I want you to consider, as companies that you represent, as businesses that you represent, as educators who are training students, do you see the jobs that are predominantly coming out listed here? This goes back to, one, the misalignment, but two, they don't know what they don't know. They don't know what opportunities exist for them. They know what they've been exposed to. And it's about all of us helping them learn what the opportunities are. One of our challenges has been this college for all attitude, in that certain occupations may not be as prestigious as other occupations. There's a pressure to get a college degree, and I certainly know I felt that in my generation. There's pressure to have that experience. You need that 4-year experience to be successful. And there's really misperceptions about earnings and opportunity. Success comes in many different forms and fashions and flavors. And we as a society need to celebrate those successes. We need to celebrate the successes of the trades programs, of the manufacturing programs, of the logistics programs, just as we celebrate the successes of those who go into healthcare and become doctors and those who become lawyers, because our future depends on us having a diverse workforce in all of those areas. So what do we need to do? Earlier and earlier messaging around this, and earlier work together. This needs to be a partnership in the communities. This needs to be something they're hearing from all of us. I describe it as, this is both a 5K and a marathon. And I see people shaking their head because they've heard me say this before. As a company, you're worried about the 5K. You know who you need to hire today. But the reality is this talent work, building the next generation of workers, is a marathon. And we all have to be training in this marathon together. And we have to be working with those youth at younger and younger ages to expose them to the variety of opportunities that exist in our community. One way that JAXUSA supports this work throughout the region and including here in Putnam County is through what we call our Earn Up campaign and our Find Your JAX initiative. Our Earn Up campaign is all about what industry has to offer in our region, what the career pathways are in those industries, and what opportunities exist for our students. I have a team of people. I have Melissa here today who will be here to chat with people as well, but I have a team of people who go out into the schools and work with our community-based organizations about what opportunity looks like here. We also include in that information on that website have an internship posting board, so internships become available to all students. Find Your JAX is what we call our young talent, young professional platform. It's where we put resources to really recruit the young professionals into the region. Things about the wonderful quality of life that we have here, including the wonderful neighborhoods and lifestyle that you have here in Putnam County. So these are two ways that we are helping to support you and working with you to build that future talent in our region. And the last thing I have to say is, if you are not currently working with your school district in your state college, you need to be. It is the companies that are engaging and building these relationships that are going to be the successful companies. And I know oftentimes you say, but I don't have a person in my organization that I can dedicate to this. If you don't find a way to put a person as your point person in these relationships, then you're going to be left behind while other companies are moving forward. Thank you all for having me here today. It's such a pleasure to be here, a pleasure to be back in Putnam County, and I'll be around later if anybody wants to chat further. Thank you.
Clap it up one more time for Anna Lebesch. You know, she makes some very salient points in that we are in an area that is growing. We are growing. I'm going to say that again. We are growing. There's a certain mindset that you have to take for growth. And what I'm pressing my organization is to take on the mindset of growth. We're out of a mindset of survival. We're now into a mindset of growth. And when you're growing, you make certain investments. And I think one of the themes that you will hear throughout the presenters today is making the right investments today put you in position to take advantage of the growth that's happening tomorrow. So clap it up one more time for Dr. Lebesch. Now we're going to bring back up to the stage for the second time our very own Laura Pavlus from the Putnam County Chamber of Commerce. Clap it up for her, y'all.
All right, I'm dragging with me our new Vice President of Economic Development, Sarah Maxfield. And we're so glad to have her on the team. Can y'all give her a big Putnam County welcome?
Yeah, thanks. Just hopefully you can see me over the podium. I'm already wearing heels, so it's as good as it's going to get, folks. Thank you so much for having me. I am so very excited to be in Putnam County. As a rural girl myself, it's been just a blessing to be back in a community that really focuses on its roots, on its communities, on its values, and best of all, the neighbors. Knowing one another, leveraging one another, loving one another. It's just been really great and quite a positive change of pace for me in the last month and a half, so thank you. I'm really excited to be here today. I've been doing economic development for 20 years, more or less. And it's a passion, and workforce development has been something that I've been deeply involved in throughout my career. So there's a lot of great stuff going on here. Anna just gave you an idea of some of the things that are happening around our region. And we're going to focus just briefly on some more Putnam County specific things that are going on, a few statistics, and then Laura's going to give you a couple updates on some big projects that we have coming down the pipeline and some that have already been announced. So next slide, please. The top employers in our county represent a diverse range of industries, including healthcare, education, manufacturing, and retail. These organizations collectively provide thousands of jobs, supporting local economic growth. Their commitment to community development helps shape the county's workforce and drives the innovation in various sectors. Next slide. When we look at comparing sector wages, there's a little bit of a difference between the public sector and the private sectors. Public sector industries are typically higher in wages than many of the private sector roles. Often this is due to unionization and standardization pay scales. Private sector wages can vary greatly depending on the industry. The company's size, benefit, job security, and wage growth rates also different, impacting an overall compensation comparisons. Next slide. We're going to talk a little bit about industry statistics. We focus a lot on NAICS codes for our information gathering purposes. How many of you out there know what a NAICS code is? Oh, good. So these are industry codes that categorize business to track employment and salary trends. High-paying sectors like information technology and finance tend to have competitive wages. Employment rates vary wildly, with healthcare and retail trades employing large numbers but often offering very diverse wages. In this next slide, we're going to look at Putnam County specific employment by the numbers. High-paying sectors like IT and finance tend to have competitive wages, but they also employ fewer employees. Our highest number of employees tend to be in the retail and healthcare trades, while the lower numbers tend to be in the higher wage industries. The next slide shows some industries by average wage, and these vary, as you see, rather wildly. We have utilities and manufacturing topping the high wage rates, and then at the bottom end, we have arts, entertainment, accommodation, and retail, and that tends to be at the bottom of the spectrum for most communities, and that is the truth here in Putnam County as well. The next slide, we wanted to highlight something really positive that's been happening here in Putnam County. You heard it from Oche, you heard it from Anna already, but in 2024, Putnam County had the largest percentage of annual growth rate in Florida. The largest. We added over 1,100 new jobs, and that's a 4.1% growth rate. That's a very positive thing. We want to keep that train rolling. We want to keep it going. Laura's going to give us a little bit of information, as I mentioned before, on some existing projects that we have going on and some things that are really exciting that are in our pipeline.
So we had a great year, obviously, in 2024, and we'll kind of slice that and dice that into 2025 with some of these announcements. We're excited about Georgia Pacific adding the 400,000 square foot distribution facility that will consolidate their logistic operations from out of Jacksonville and bring that into Putnam County. So in addition to that $83 million of capital investment into our community, that'll bring another 20 jobs to start. We were very excited to celebrate with Certainty a couple weeks ago. They did their ribbon cutting on their facility expansion out on US 17. That was a $240 million expansion project. Those are real numbers. And the best part of that project, in my opinion, is they hired 110 people from Putnam County. Every single person that they were able to put onto the payroll at that new expansion was a local resident. That's absolutely amazing. We're super proud of that and grateful for their support in that area. We have announced Tri-Circle pavers out on US 17. That is going to start with about 10 to 20 new employees. We anticipate that project will grow rapidly. It's about a $12 million facility. Honestly, by the time it's built out, could be $15 million. We'll have to wait and see, but that is, you're about to see shovels in the ground for that one. And then the other very exciting project that everybody is talking about is the Scott Lagasse Racing Team project out on 309C. That project brings together automotive, manufacturing, hospitality, public service training, at least a $300 million CapEx as it goes through multiple phases. I would not be surprised if that goes up to about a $500 million project. They're already planning other spokeswheel projects in and around that. So it's wonderful for our very strong automotive sector and our very strong manufacturing sector. It's a great fit. Other efforts and projects in the pipeline, we have huge utility projects that we're talking to. We have huge IT projects that we're talking to. We have significant manufacturing efforts that we are getting ready to announce. We have other healthcare initiatives that are also being talked about and looked at in the community. So we have a great diversified workforce, and we have a great diversified project pipeline of new companies getting ready to announce coming into Putnam County. Excited to be here, excited to put our wonderful residents to work. So it's a great time to be active and involved in Putnam County. Thank you all so much for being here. Just of note, I know some of the font on the slides. We will share out the slides later, so if anybody's looking for those fun facts, we got you. We're thinking about it. All right. Thank you so much.
And now please stay tuned for a video presentation from Marble Today.
Hi, I'm Lisa McIntosh, the CEO President of Marble Today in Palatka, Florida. One of my goals is to create a workplace environment where employees feel like Marble Today is one of the best places to work in Putnam County. Through attending the meetings at the Putnam Chamber of Commerce Workforce Development, I've learned about organizations who are building talent pools of candidates who are seeking employment. We've utilized those resources and we are building partnerships with the educators in the community.
I just moved here back in November of last year. Really didn't have a plan as to what I was going to do. I needed a job, and then my uncle actually mentioned Career Source or Employ Florida over at the Palatka Mall. So I went in there and walked in. They greeted me, sat me down at the computer, and helped me create my account. Within just a couple of days, I heard from Danielle here at Marble Today. The environment is really great. We have fun. We laugh, we talk, everybody's down to earth.
It's been nice. Very new to the stone industry, but they were willing to train me, and it's been a nice, comfortable experience so far. We're able to have a good, friendly environment, so we bounce ideas off of each other and help each other out. It's really nice.
Through the experiences that we've had with Career Source, we've been able to find people who qualified, they are good at what they do, they're happy being here, and it's nice to know that we have a place and a resource to be able to find employees when we have open positions.
And with that, we're keeping the show rolling. And one of the things that has been mentioned today is about the partnership between industry and education. Without a direct line between industry and education, we are educating our young people into jobs that don't exist or jobs that will not allow them to achieve the level of success that we have achieved and we hope that they aspire to achieve in their lifetime. We are very thankful for the partnerships that we're beginning to develop with education through programs like the CTE program. And right now we're going to focus in on some of those programs with Putnam County District Schools. Please put your hands together and clap it up for Dr. Rick Surrency. Renee Hub. Clap it up, y'all.
Well, we're doing this together, so he'll be up here in just a little bit. Good morning, everyone, and I'm very excited to be here today and talk about our career and technical education programs. As you have heard from Anna and also from Laura, we do have a busy community area in our region. our partnerships and our businesses with our businesses and the different things that we do. And today I'm going to be talking about the steps that we have done intentionally to help lead to employment for our students. The career and technical education programs are an opportunity for every student to find success, whether they're college-bound or career-ready, through our educational pathways that combine academic knowledge with technical and hands-on training. The career pathways are structured plans that guide students from education into specific careers that they're interested in. Pathways include coursework, credentials, and work-based learning opportunities like internships, certifications, and apprenticeships. In rural areas such as ours, students don't always have exposure to the wide range of careers available to them. We work on bridging that gap. We take students, we have business partners come in and visit, and we give the students the skills and the certifications that they need to enter the workforce or continue their education on. It also strengthens our local economy by keeping skilled workers in our communities. That's one of our goals, is to have our students be successful in our community. Stay at home, in other words. And we come together and we ask ourselves a simple question: what does our community need? By bringing business partners, industry leaders, and educators together to identify gaps and opportunities, from there we build backwards, securing funding, creating programs, and finding the right educators that are passionate about helping our students to be successful. School consolidation and reconfiguring our local junior-senior high schools created an easy opportunity for our 7th and 8th grade students to have early exploration of our career programs with classroom tours, hands-on demonstrations, and guest speakers from local industries. This is just a snapshot of the different programs that we do offer. We have such a wide variety of pathways driven by real job demands in our region that we work closely with JAXUSA. We work closely with other areas in order to have what is available and what is relevant for our region, not just what sounds appealing. As we move through the next few slides, pay attention to the highlighted number of industry certifications earned and various campuses that our programs are offered. So we are just spotlighting like agriculture, business management and administration that we have. We have a DCT program where students go out and they work at your businesses. We have our advanced manufacturing program that is growing tremendously. And we're working on industry certifications there, plus with our business partners. As a matter of fact, Marble today is one of our partners that has come in and met with our teacher, Ms. Fox. We have a strong health science programs. And we also have our STEM programs that we put together with computer science and STEM. We have our aerospace technology program in every one of our schools. As a matter of fact, the teachers are away learning at an AOPA symposium in Indianapolis, Indiana, so they can better prepare our students for that industry. We have automotive, building construction. We have 3 building construction programs. We just opened our newest one at Palatka High School. And our building construction program at Interlochen is making Christmas trees so that they can earn a little extra money for their program. We have firefighting and our EMT program. We have 3 large welding programs. We have a culinary arts program at Interlochen Junior Senior High School. We are working on our engineering pathways program at QI Roberts. We are adding things there so that we can have the engineering pathways, different pathways for the students to be able to experience engineering. We also have a criminal justice program. So through all these different programs that we do have at our schools, and through the industry certifications, the hands-on training, and strong business partnerships, our students can graduate ready to contribute, lead, and grow right here in Putnam County. Our goal is for the students to be prepared to work for you. We are built with one purpose, to prepare those students. Together, we're shaping tomorrow's workforce today. And now we're going to have Dr. Surrency.
We are the Putnam County School District, a community united by one purpose, shaping the future. Our students are at the heart of everything we do. Inside of our classrooms, they learn to think, problem solve, and collaborate. Every question asked and challenge faced builds the future of Putnam County. Our teachers and staff are mentors, challenging students to discover their strengths and talents. They celebrate every success and instill a love of learning along the way. In Putnam County, education is a shared responsibility. Our community stands behind every student, investing in their success and potential. Together, we are shaping tomorrow's leaders. We equip students with the tools to succeed, from state-of-the-art technology to hands-on experiences. We provide opportunities for our students to explore their interests and develop real-world skills. We are paving the way for greatness. Our students will challenge limits and set new standards of excellence. They will turn their passions into purpose and their ambitions into reality. Every student in Putnam County holds the future in their hands. Their dreams, their voices, their stories. This is where the future begins. We are more than a school district. We are a community filled with purpose, promise, and possibility for our students. We are proud to be PCSD, proud to be shaping the future, proud to say, we are the future.
Thank you very much. We're very proud of that, and I think it really tells the story of Putnam County School District. By the way, I'm Rick Surrency, superintendent, been in the office now for 9 years. And by the way, I've been in education. This is my 48th year. So I started back in the Stone Age, and I always love telling the story. When I taught back in the 1980s, and the best thing an educator can run across is a former student who, you taught, and they come up to you and say, hey, you changed their life and all that. And I ran into a former student in Walmart several years ago. Didn't know who he was, but I pretended like I did. And he came up to me, he said, hey, you taught me back in the 1980s. You taught me American history and all that. And I said, yeah. And he went on, and I still didn't know the guy. But he said something that really stood out to me. He said, do you remember the day in your class that your overhead projector caught on fire? I said, yeah. That's one of those things you never forget. Y'all know what an overhead projector is, right? They don't have many of those anymore. He said, by the way, I'm the one that set it on fire. And I said, I guess I need to write you up or something. But I guess the statute of limitations have run out. But, he did tell me I was putting notes on the overhead, making the kids copy notes like coaches used to do. And at the end of the period, you lecture and all that. And he said I had stepped out to take a phone call, and then he lifted the lid and put paper on the bulb, and it burned up and all that. But you know what? I thought about that, and as mad as I was at the time, it made me think about back in the old days. I think education was not very engaging. Kids were expected just to sit there, and we would pour information into their heads, and then whatever they did with it, there was no accountability. So really, it made me think about now, as an educational leader, what am I doing to engage kids, to make sure that education means something to them? And I think everything that you saw Renee do is about engaging kids, about making sure that they have a purpose in life. And that's what our vision is. You see behind me there, we're about shaping the future. We're about not only just graduating kids and making sure they do their homework and all that, we want to make sure they have a goal in mind. And by the way, before I move any further, you know, we are who we are because we have great partners. And all of you in here are great partners, but I especially want to point out three of my good friends from the Northeast Florida Educational Consortium, Dr. Patrick Winnett, raise your hand, Patrick, Anna Arnold, and Laura Yeomans. And they are great partners of ours, 15-member school districts, and we all collaborate, work together. We're all small rural school districts. We have a lot in common, and I couldn't do it without their assistance. So thank you very much for being here. You know, one thing we did several years ago in Putnam County is we brought our community together and we asked our community, what are some things that our graduates need to have when they walk across the stage? What are some attributes? What are some skills they need to be able to thrive in Putnam County? What does our county expect? And we actually came up with a document, a set of guidelines, if you will, called Portrait of a Graduate. And I just want to read these to you. These are six competencies that Putnam County told the school district, this is what our students need to have when they graduate from the school district. They need to be an engaged collaborator. They need to be an innovative problem solver, a fearless learner, a resilient individual, a global citizen, and a confident communicator. And we spend a lot of time working on that, those soft skills, if you will. Those kids need to be able to do that to be able to come to work for you. So I'm really proud of that. I'm also proud of the fact that when I took office in 16, if you notice on the chart, our graduation rate in 2015 was one of the lowest in the state of Florida. And our district, along with our partners, came together and we put together a systematic approach to making sure kids graduated on time. Because if you don't graduate on time, you can't get out into the workforce or go to college and do what you need to do to be successful. We looked a lot at those early warning signs. We looked at our data. We looked at engagement. And I'm proud to say that we grew, if you see the graph, we grew to a high of 92.5% graduation rate in year 2021. And to this day, we continue to stay above the state average. That is the highest increase in the state of Florida. That's the highest increase in the entire state during that period of time. And I'm really proud of that. But again, if those kids don't have a purpose and something that they can strive for when they walk across the stage, then what are we doing? You know, another thing we like to do, we also like to, go ahead and show the students real quick. Just kind of slide through there a few times. Again, these are kids that are engaged. They're not setting fire to anything. So stop right there if you would, and I'll talk a minute about that. But some of the things we do to celebrate our graduates, we have what we call Product of Putnam. We started this several years ago, where we actually ask our community, we actually ask the chamber and the newspaper to work with us, and we actually select about 7 different individuals in our community who have graduated from a Putnam County high school and who are successful in their field. And these fields are like manufacturing, education, healthcare, you know, volunteerism, and so forth. And we celebrate those people. The entire community gets to vote on them. We bring them, we recognize them, we have a breakfast for them, but the neat thing is we bring them to their high school graduations and we recognize them at their former high school. And what we're trying to convey to our graduates is these are role models. These are people who you can strive to be. These are people who can mentor you. These are pictures of success in Putnam County. So that's been really a cool thing for us. Back about 5 years ago, the school district said, you know, we really need to really ramp up our facilities because we have the second oldest school facilities in the entire state of Florida. And thanks to our community, we actually came together and said, we need funding to do that. Our community in 2022 voted to pass a $300 million bond referendum to build new schools. And you can see, actually, this school is Crescent City Junior Senior High School, where we actually went and received a state appropriation of $95 million to build this school. I'm proud to say just 2 weeks ago, we welcomed students into that school for the very first time. We had a ribbon cutting. The school is not complete yet. It is a gradual process where we build, we demolish, we build, we demolish. So we have a 2-story building with 7th and 8th graders occupying it today. And just this past week, we occupied the Career and Technical Education wing. And I was actually in there yesterday. So by this time next year, that school will be complete. But that's Crescent City Junior Senior High School. And with our bond money, we have built or are building a new Middleton Burney Elementary School in Crescent City. If you get a chance out here on Horseman's Club, we have built a brand new Palatka Intermediate School, grades 3 through 6. We are also building, where Kelly Smith is, we're building a new Palatka Primary School, which will be complete in 2 years. And we're also building a brand new Melrose Elementary School. And we have a couple of other projects planned in our later phase. So again, Putnam County is coming and putting their money where their mouth is. We're actually stepping up. People in our community are really striving to make our school district and our entire community the best it can be. And just to think about what we're pouring into the local economy, that's $400 million that we put into the economy in the last 2 years. And all those workers that come here, they're eating in our restaurants, they're staying in our hotels, they are helping to invigorate this district. Last thing I want to talk about is we are actually, and there's some of the new construction you see there, but we are actually in talks with an organization that Putnam County was one of the first school districts to belong to, and it's called Space Florida. Space Florida. This is an organization that the legislature created to actually help attract the space industry to Florida. We're already leading in space down in Cape Canaveral, but what they're trying to do is they're actually trying to build other industries, like building satellites, building rocketry, or anything that contributes to the space industry. They're trying to encourage them to come down and build their factories and plants in the state of Florida. And what the school districts need to do is to be able to train our students where we can convert some of those skills. For example, welding. We have welding programs, but for the space industry, they would need to do a different kind of welding, soft metal and that type thing. So I've actually been in talks with Space Florida. Actually, I chatted with Laura about that, and we're really trying to attract them with the idea that we have a seaport that's supposed to be built or will be converted right here on the St. Johns River. Especially when they raise the Shands Bridge, think about what they could do here. We could build rockets, we could build satellites, we could build anything for the space industry, put it on a barge, ship it up the St. Johns River, out into the ocean and back down to Cape Canaveral. They've actually approached me about that Palatka is a prime center for the space industry, believe it or not. So good things are ahead for Putnam County. I can't be more proud, not only of our school district, but our entire community, and we could not do it without you. So thank you for having us today, and I look forward to the rest of the day.
Clap it up one more time. Now we bring to you the Vice President of Mission Programs at the Goodwill of Northeast Florida. Please clap it up for Mr. Phillip Simmons.
Oh, I came before the song. Lord have mercy. That's how you know I don't usually walk up to songs. I came before the song played. Awesome. Wow. Well, since y'all didn't get to hear it, that song was Eye of the Tiger. Thank you, ChatGPT, for helping me find the best song to walk out to, and I messed it up for ChatGPT. So we'll go to the next slide. As O'Shea said, my name is Phillip Simmons. I'm Vice President for our mission program for Northeast Florida. We oversee 14 counties from Duval down to Flagler over to Suwannee and then back up to Hamilton County. And through that work, I always say that our mission is simple yet impactful. We remove barriers to employment. We can go to the next slide. Starting back in 1902, it started with the Reverend Helms, who was a Methodist minister, you know, in the heart of Boston, of trying to make sure his members had what they need. That sparred up and generated the idea of, you know, not giving a handout, but a hand up. And from that, we now have, from 1902 to now, over 150 Goodwills throughout the nation. We can go to the next slide. So 154, next slide. You're probably going to get tired of hearing me saying next slide. But as you all know, donations, your donated, gently used donations are our lifeblood. I tell individuals, we're right here. We have a nice store in Putnam County. How many of you been there? Look at you. And if you didn't get to raise your hand, go ahead and check it out. 103 FL19 right here on the road. We allow and we put about 1,000 individuals to work throughout our different stores. And again, we help individuals remove barriers to their employment. We can go to the next slide. Through the donation center, whether you're donating your gently used items or you're purchasing items, 90 cents of every dollar go back to our mission program. And our mission program is 3: education, training, and career opportunities, all in line with what everyone has been talking about today. We have over, in our 14 county, we have over 20 retail stores, 23 donation center. We have an outlet store. And if you don't want to leave, we have e-commerce where you can actually shop online throughout the different Goodwill network. So what is our mission services? When I say 90 cents of every dollar goes to our mission, that starts with our Good Career Center. If you go to our store, when you walk in, on the right-hand side is our Good Career Center, where individuals in the community can go into and utilize the computers, get employability skills, get help submitting resumes. As you can see, we filled over 4,500 jobs across North Florida and in our territory. And that is what we do. That's the mission. And then I always tell individuals, our Good Career Centers are the gateway to other opportunities. We can go to the next slide. When individuals come in, they then can learn about all our different programs. Our youth program, as you all know, is our Take Stock in Children program. We oversee 5 counties Take Stock in Children program, which is a scholarship and mentoring program. In Putnam County, we have over 147 individuals from underserved communities that are able to receive a mentor. And then they receive a 2-year scholarship upon graduating high school. Great shout out to Dr. Surrency as a great partner, and he's always present at our events as we are graduating students each year and sending them off to state college or even trade schools. So employers in here, we have a group of talented students that we can immediately put to work. And then we also have our adult portion, which works with adults in our A-STEP program. It's called Academic Support Through the Employment Process. This is where individuals in the community, adults, can come into our Good Career Centers, get connected to an education navigator, and go back and to get upskilled. And go back and get any services. In Jacksonville, we just built out our Good Trades Construction Center. There's about 15,000 square foot. where individuals can go and earn their NCCER certificate and then go into carpentry or plumbing. Through different partnerships that we have in the community, work to get them then at least an interview so that they can get employed. We also have, won't release that, and it was, St. John's will be, but also have conversation of how we can also work with the individuals here in Putnam to get them and support them while they go through the program. Next slide. I believe this is my last slide. Try to stay under my 10 minutes. The next slide is more about our A-STEP program. And the biggest thing about that program is the education navigator that provides the wraparound support for individuals. I think when you think about the United Way's Alice report and the 57% that it says that are living under that Alice report, what will help them get to a higher paying job if they want to go and get certification, because they have transportation, they have childcare that they have to still support. So to take time off to give 4 or 8 hours a day to a certification program, what type of support can we provide? So through our A-STEP program, our education navigator, we're able to help fill that gap. You know, so whether it's utility costs, transportation costs, whether it's childcare, we help provide that wraparound support so that individuals that looking to upskill or earn a livable wage and want to go back and get certified or finish a degree, we help provide that support throughout the entire process. I could not, obviously, I don't do it as I'm about to drive to day. I don't do it, but our team in the audience, Tamika, Shaveda, if you raise your hand, our team here works with individuals in the community to ensure that they have the support that they need. And then my last slide, that's my last slide. So thank you for your time. It's great to be a partner in Putnam County and being able to work together as we fill the gap and give individuals the opportunity to greater access to employers that want to get our community members back to work. So thank you for the opportunity to be here today.
Clap it up one more time for Mr. Phillip Simmons. I just want to make a quick point. It is very opportune that I get to stand on this stage and on this side of offering services to communities that need. My journey has been one that has utilized a lot of the types of services that have been mentioned today, though I am not, I did not grow up in Florida. I did take advantage of many of the services, CTE programs in school, community college, and a number of other services. And one of the points to touch on what Phillip mentioned was that it's one thing to be able to count, like McDonald's, what do they say, billions and billions served? It's another thing to have services that are deep enough that allow somebody to make a lifestyle transition. And sometimes those numbers may not be billions, or the numbers may not be millions. The numbers may not even be thousands. But when you can lean into someone's life and you can provide some of the service that meet the needs that allow them to focus and to push themselves forward, those always make a difference. So I encourage organizations to look at, in lieu of trying to do a small thing for everybody, the opportunity to do a big thing for some people. And you will see those people end up in positions like the position that I currently sit in, because they had organizations that said, you know what, if they're going to be committing to this full time, how are they going to take care of childcare? How are they going to take care of transportation? How are they going to take care of their living expenses? those kind of resources actually make it possible for people to make that transition. So here we are with a video from HCA.
At HCA Florida Healthcare, we show up. Caring for people is at the heart of everything we do, inside and outside our hospitals. With more than 650 service locations, including 49 hospitals, 110 urgent care centers, 300 plus physician practices, and 66 freestanding emergency rooms, our statewide network includes 14 of the nation's 250 most distinguished hospitals and features award-winning services from Miami to the tip of the Panhandle. As part of HCA Healthcare, no other healthcare system offers Floridians more access to high-quality, award-winning care. We've invested billions into the community we call home, including more than $1.25 billion annually in construction projects to address the unique healthcare needs in Florida. But our greatest strength is our people, with more than 84,000 colleagues working day and night to serve right here, boosting our local economies with nearly $6 billion in pay and benefits to our exceptional teams. HCA Florida Healthcare also gives back more than $3.7 million annually in community contributions. We provide top-tier medical care, including expert treatment in heart conditions and organ transplants, performing more than 145 transplants in 2024. We also have 11 of the nation's leading trauma programs, saving lives when it matters most. And as a leader in training medical professionals, we're committed to building the future of healthcare. More than 2,400 residents and fellows, along with more than 2,800 nursing students, train at HCA Florida Healthcare hospitals, creating a strong pipeline of healthcare professionals ready to serve Florida. Because for us, Florida is our home, and that's why we show up to serve our communities. In times of crisis, in times of joy, and all the moments in between, we are here for you. HCA Florida Healthcare. We show up.
Amazing, amazing video from HCA. Clap it up one more time. Now, we are still getting it together, but we do have a representative from HCA. Will you please put your hands together and clap it up one time?
Good morning. Good morning. Technical difficulties, but we can move past that. So good morning. My name is Yvette Jones, and I am with HCA Florida Putnam Hospital. I am the HIM director, which is Health Information Management, and I'm also the facility privacy official. But I'm going to talk a little bit about HCA Putnam Hospital and kind of what we do and how we support the workforce. So in my opinion, HCA Florida Putnam Hospital is the best healthcare facility in Putnam County. So I want to make sure that y'all understand that we are actively engaged in helping to develop the workforce. One of the things that we do is we partner with the school district. We partner with St. John's River State College. Our goal is to make sure that all the healthcare professionals, the great healthcare professionals that we have in Putnam County, stay here in Putnam County, that they don't go to other neighboring counties like Flagler or St. John's or Alachua. We want to keep them here. Another thing that we do is we try to grow them here at home. And we work with the Putnam County School District with Ms. Renee and with the school district. So we are excited to partner with the Putnam County School District. Our goal is to inspire the next generation of healthcare professionals. We regularly visit the CTE programs, and we go out and we talk to the students, and we try to inspire them and encourage them. A lot of these students are in the health occupations or allied health programs. And what we do is we try to share our passion for healthcare. And we try to provide valuable insights to them, especially if they show interest in being a healthcare professional. We also offer facility tours for the allied health students, and it gives them a behind-the-scene look at what actually happens in a healthcare facility. We also are very proud to offer a summer volunteer program. And if you have a student that's in high school and they're thinking about a healthcare opportunity or a healthcare career, have them come and spend the summer with us. They will get all kinds of information. Students are able to gain hands-on experience and see if a healthcare career will be right for them. And quick story, when I was in college, I thought that I wanted to be a nurse, and I always knew I wanted to be in healthcare. But I quickly found out after we had to dissect a cat that wasn't for me. So sometimes you have to have that hands-on experience to kind of determine if that's what you really want to do. Additionally, we're committed to supporting the future of healthcare professionals through our annual scholarships for nursing and allied health students in our partnership with St. John's River State College. Every year we give a scholarship to students that are in the nursing or healthcare career or allied health careers. Through these initiatives, we're dedicated to investing in our community and fostering a pipeline of talented professionals who will shape the future of healthcare, and furthering our commitment to our mission, which is, above all else, we are committed to the care and improvement of human life. Thank you.
Clap it up one more time for Miss Yvette Jones with HCA. Now, as we begin to talk about programs that are wrapping around individuals and helping them into careers that are high impact and make a difference in their life, we now would like to mention one of the programs that has been mentioned a lot today, and that is Career Source of Northeast Florida. Will you please put your hands together and clap it up for Miss Cheryl Taylor, the president of Career Source of Northeast Florida.
Good morning, everyone. It's so nice to see you all. So when I had to think about what song I was going to choose today, that song immediately came to my mind because I'm so happy to be here in Putnam County and connecting with you all. I look out and I see so many familiar faces, and so it's nice to be on the stage to share with you about how we have partnered with you all across the past 20 plus years in workforce development. Next slide, please. So Career Source Northeast Florida is one of 21 workforce development boards across the state of Florida. And what we do is primarily connect job seekers to employers. We have 6 counties in Northeast Florida: Duval, Nassau, Clay, St. John's, and Putnam counties. Our footprint pretty much mirrors that of JAXUSA, with the exception of Flagler County. As your local workforce board, our focus is connecting employers to skilled talent and strengthening the labor force, increasing the labor force participation for Northeast Florida. This occurs primarily through our 7 career centers that are located in the 6 counties, as well as through our mobile services. And for our mobile services, for those customers who are unable to come into our centers, we take our services directly to them by partnering with the libraries, community centers, faith-based organizations, and any organization that reach out to us and ask us to come in and to offer many resource support. Next slide, please. And so, again, our mission is simply to deliver workforce solutions that make hiring easier for employers and ensure employers have the talent that they need today and into the future. And how do we feel that mission? We accomplish our mission through these customized solutions that you see here that support current and future growth in workforce development. Now that you know our mission, I need you all to carry one message with you when you leave today. Again, my theme song, my walk-up song was happy. So we are happy to help you with your employment needs. If you know a job seeker that's looking for work, please refer them to us. We are happy to serve. What you have before you is our regional impact for our program year last year, 24 to 25. It begins in July 2024 to June 30th of 2025. And so we've made some significant contributions to building the economic pipeline, the talent pipeline here in Northeast Florida. Next slide, please. As we walk through this section, I encourage you to think about ways that we can help you. Again, our mission is strengthening our regional workforce ecosystem for employers and job seekers. For job seekers, it's very simple. Who do we serve? We serve anyone and everyone that's looking for a job. Young adults, veterans, individuals with disabilities, as well as those who are just as involved. For our employers, we like to consider ourselves your HR front door. We customize services to your specific needs. We have job postings listed in Employ Florida. So it was so exciting to see the first infomercial, if you will, that we saw earlier today where the young lady was referred to CareerSource to look for a job, and she accessed this database. The neat thing about the Employ Florida database is that you can recruit from all across Florida as well as recruit across the nation. So it absolutely increases that talent pipeline. And so to tie it to what Anna was talking about when she's talking about that age group that's leaving Florida, well, here's an opportunity to also attract that age group back to Florida through using Employ Florida and to Putnam County specifically. And so how can we assist employers? We assist employers through job fairs, which we host virtually as well as in person. Training and upskilling. So you heard Phillip talk briefly about how Goodwill works to upskill their customers. Well, we do the same. And we do it through employer-based training as well as through individual training accounts. Our individual training accounts are typically tied to a local college, such as St. John's River College. And so through those opportunities, we provide training in what we call high-demand occupations, right, that align with our sector. So that's healthcare, advanced manufacturing, logistics. But in addition to that, we also work with employers to provide employer-based training. And what we find with employer-based training is, back to Dr. Surrency talking about, being involved in that earn and learn and actually watching the students who, while they're on their job, either through an apprenticeship or through just a customized opportunity, learning and getting paid at the same time. We sponsor those with employers, and so if you're an employer in this room and you're looking to learn more about how we do that, we'll be happy to work with you. So here's a little bit more about our employer-based training and the benefits of the employer-based training. Why is it important? It increases productivity and competitiveness for your business, while at the same time, you're getting a highly skilled employee. For the employee, next slide, please, you're empowering your employee. There's loyalty that's been built and developed as you provide that employer-based training to your employee. There's career advancement. Again, you're growing your own, and that loyalty and that retention will be built in based upon that. Next slide. And so these are some of the businesses and some of the sectors that we've done employer-based training with. As you can see, they're very diversified. We do it across all sectors, not just our main sectors that we support. And the impact of the training that's offered. Again, over the past year, we have added 1,100 credentials to the Northeast Florida area. 242 of those were employer-based training. when we look at the value and we look at the comparison, the investment of an employer-based training versus that of an ITA, you can see that an ITA is double the cost of employer-based training, right? And so again, if we're looking to how we carry training into the future, how do we develop the workforce of the future, I'd really like to encourage employers to consider apprenticeships and work-based training. So here in Putnam County, we have a long history of investing here in Putnam County. And then again, these are some of the employers that we have worked with here locally. And what you have here is a quote from Grace Aerospace. So when I hear the superintendent talking about aerospace, we would love to be able to partner with you all and work with you all. We have worked with Grace Aerospace over the years, and so it's something that we would absolutely look forward to doing with you all. I'm excited to share with you a new platform that we have on our website. It's the Regional Talent and Labor Market Dashboard, and it's designed specifically for job seekers and employers to access data about our local economy and labor market. Features of the dashboard includes information regarding unemployment numbers, wages, high growth industries. It gives you a snapshot of the different sectors that are supported across our region, as well as workforce demographics that you can share as part of your recruitment and expansion processes. All you have to do is go to our website to access it. For the employers, it's up-to-date information that's taught specifically about the talent pipeline. You can get information about the local colleges and universities in the area to support the different types of trainings and jobs that are available. And for the job seekers, it's an opportunity to discover what is actually available here in Putnam County. So I encourage you to visit our website to access this information. So power and partnerships, that's why we're here today, right? Everybody that has had the opportunity to come on stage have really talked about the energy, the synergy, and the excitement around partnerships. And so like many of the other organizations in the room, we partner with the JAXUSA through their Talent Investment Network, as well as their Talent Advancement Partnership. We've had an opportunity to work closely with Goodwill, with the local school system, and we are forming a new partnership with the Palaca Housing Authority. So I think as we look toward our future and look to move in Putnam forward, it is going to require deep collaboration and deep partnership, and we look forward to that. And so if you're interested in partnering with us, it doesn't matter if you're an employer, an individual, if you're looking for a job, or if you know someone who's looking for a job, I ask that you please reach out to me, and my team is here. If you just raise your hand in the back, we're here to assist you with your many needs. So again, thank you so much for the opportunity. We are happy to be here. Have a great afternoon.
Clap it up one more time for Cheryl Taylor. Will you please put your hands together and welcome Russell Berger and Melissa Woodward from the Workforce Outreach and Student Success with St. John's River College.
Melissa. Michelle Gibson. I'm standing in for Melissa. She's a little under the weather, but she is here. Where did she go? Oh, she left. Sorry about that. She's not here.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Russ Berger, Director of Community and Corporate Education with St. John's River State College, and thank you so much for pinch hitting today, Michelle. Next slide. This morning, we're going to talk a little briefly about some of our upcoming programs and initiatives that we hope can help add skilled workforce to the local community. We're going to just touch briefly on our MPAT program, some upcoming programs that we're excited about in 2026, HVAC, core construction, auto mechanic program, as well as some of our local trainings that we're going to have and how we can partner together.
Which one of these programs are you currently taking registrations for?
So our MPAP, or Manufacturing Prep Accelerator program, is one that we're really excited about. This is an approximately 200-hour advanced manufacturing non-credit program. It covers 4 modules, learning about safety, quality, manufacturing processes, and maintenance awareness, and prepares students for the CPT 4.0. Of course, one of the great benefits of this program is that it's free to eligible participants through a grant that we have through a place Operation Next. And eligibility is really being 18 at the point of graduation.
That's an exciting opportunity. Besides being free, what other benefits do they have?
So yeah, free is definitely a benefit there. But in addition to learning the content of the program, we also build in OSHA 10 training, CPR first aid, and we have career services come in and talk a lot about resume building and interview skills. And we also provide local field trips to some of our local industry partners where they can go out, see behind the scenes, and connect with some of our local partners there. And I'm going to go off script for just a second here and just talk about a little bit of a brief story because I think it's relevant to what we're talking about here today. We just graduated our last class in September of 5 very enthusiastic students. And one of the students, with all the students, we've provided resources and connections and stuff. One of the students had come to myself in career services and was very enthusiastic about trying to get some additional interview skills and resume building and really just really felt like this, he loved the class and everything. So we went ahead and helped him with that. And I'm proud to say he just sent an email to us last week. And when I opened the email, it had confetti and balloons on it and stuff. He was hired by Marble today. So we're really proud of that. And I think, that's kind of the connection that we have with our local industry partners. And that's kind of what it's all about, is connecting these programs with our, partners to try to give them skilled workers and stuff. In addition to that, one of the other parts that make this program really great is that if they are successfully completing the program and they want to continue their education, we have an AS in an engineering industry, and if they want to continue that education, 15 credit hours will articulate over to that degree. So again, another great benefit of the program.
When are the programs running this spring?
Okay, so in order to provide a lot of flexibility and some different options for students, we're going to be offering 3 cohorts coming this January, starting on January 12th, that we're taking registrations for right now. All 3 cohorts are going to be hybrid with both an online and live session mix. We got that based on feedback that we have from people who kind of, wanted to have a little bit of different options on this. We're going to continue to have them with some live sessions because we feel like with this program, it's important for them to come in and have that kind of hands-on piece, but it also allows for some flexibility for those students that have busy work schedules or in school. So as you can see, we're going to have 1 Palaca evening hybrid class, and then we're going to have 2 Orange Park cohorts, 1 in the evening and 1 in the afternoon. Those that are interested in the class can register through our QR code. You can go to our website under Community and Corporate Education, and there's links there. And of course, you can always contact me for more information or resources on that. And feel free to share it.
And what other programs are in development for 2026?
Okay, so in addition to the MPAT program, in 26, we're looking to launch a couple of great programs. We have recently gotten NCCER accreditation, and so we're in the process of developing a level 1 HVAC program. This will include core construction and will be in our Palaca campus. We are actively working to get the instructor that we have hired trained and just some final logistics on the model and stuff together on that. In addition to the HVAC program, we are also going to have a standalone core construction program. Again, we're looking for an early 2026 launch on that as we're kind of working through some of the final parts of that program. And then we also are looking to start an auto mechanic program. We have a partnership with Beck Automotive that we're excited about. And we're looking to finalize a few things on that. We're, looking for an instructor part there, and it will be using the ASE or Auto Service Excellence curriculum. But we're hoping for that to launch again in 2026.
Okay, well, the college completed its first project management class through PMI Certification Bootcamp. I took the class this last spring, and are there any plans for PMI classes in 2026?
Yes, so we last year got accredited by Project Management Institute. We have a PMI certification with a PMI instructor, and some of our students that are active in the business degree are currently taking the PMI as part of their capstone project, but we also just completed our first boot camp this week. We kept it to a boot camp style of Friday, Saturday, 2 weekends, so they can complete the 35 hours, and just allowing for industry professionals to have some flexibility with schedule and everything. We have some dates that we're going to be posting in the next couple of weeks, and we are planning some additional boot camps for the spring, and then continuing to build on that on an ongoing basis. So continue to check our website, and those dates will be posted very soon.
Sounds like a lot of exciting programs are coming to SJR State. What other opportunities are currently in development?
So there are some of the huge initiatives that we have coming on. In addition to that, we're always looking to build classes that can help the workforce, the community, to build their skills and just kind of hone their knowledge base. Some of the non-credit classes that we have planned for the spring, based on feedback that we got on people that were interested in some additional skills, AI in the workplace, leadership, data and health analytics. We have some CPR classes and some communication classes that we're looking to build on too. And of course, our community and corporate education page on the website is always being updated with our current offerings, so I encourage you to check that out.
What if an industry partner has a specific need for training and they want to work with the college? How can they go about arranging that?
Sure. So with that, we have the classes that we're offering, but one of the things that we love to do is to kind of work with our industry partners. And if there is a training that we currently don't offer, or you would like to see one of those trainings directed specifically towards your organization, we can develop a partnership around that. We can work together to customize and tailor those trainings to your needs. So if you reach out, we would love to meet and partner and develop some of those trainings to try to help you and your organization out. Well, Michelle, thank you for pinch hitting again. And these are great questions. It was amazing how all your questions were exactly what the slides were, though. It's not scripted or anything. Where can people find more information?
Great. For more information for upcoming programs on any other SJR State programs, please stop by our table. You can also reach out via email or phone.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
The Global Entrepreneurship Congress is an event like no other. Over 200 countries are represented. This is the second time it's been in the United States, and it just so happened to be in my hometown. So all of that made it a slam dunk opportunity to bring our youth on a life-changing trip.
I'm a little nervous to talk, but I gotta step out my comfort zone, so that make it more interesting, exciting.
They get to see a world that they're not accustomed to, a world that they don't know, they're not familiar with at all. I love the fact that they get to network, they get to come out of the shell.
Braylon Johnson, 14. Oh, and I play basketball. My name is Trey Coyne, and I'm 16 years old. I live in Palatka, Florida. And one interesting fact about me is I haven't been out of state before.
My name is Varian Schroeder. I'm 15, and an interesting fact about me is I like to do hair.
We've had opportunities to do meals with local influential business people who are successful in their own right, but have taken the time to invest in making sure that they're exposing the young people to ideas that they may not experience on a day-to-day basis.
My name is Tyson McKinnon. I'm 17 from Florida. I just graduated high school.
Woo! With what? With what? Hold up, with what?
With honors.
Come on now. Come on now.
I'm going to Bethune-Cookman to study psychology. I want to be a neuropsychologist. But an interesting fact about me is I like to read a lot.
My name is Tiana Lewis. I'm 17 from Palatka, Florida. And one interesting fact is I used to play basketball in middle school.
I had the opportunity to reach out to business leaders and entrepreneurs. They were ecstatic about the opportunity just to sit with our youth and share some of their experience. And what we don't realize oftentimes is that if you ask someone, they are more than willing and more than ready to help you to achieve your mission if your mission is a worthy cause.
We also stopped by a record block business owned by his former high school classmate. Shared some powerful words about entrepreneurship, how easy to say you want to have your own business, but actually doing it and building up from it take real dedication and effort.
I think so. The students are having a good time. I'm hearing a lot of laughter, a lot of conversation, so everyone is enjoying themselves. I would say that they may too want to pursue some of the things that others are pursuing.
And we really hope that the minds of our youth and their hearts really never go back to where they were because they've grown so much from this experience.
And so I know what that
means. Because learning is a skill that you never live without. I mean, you have to do it.
Let me tell you a little something. I know I'm the only thing that's standing in between you and lunch, and so I won't be long, but some of the things that we have going at the Palatka Housing Authority are we have taken a people-first approach. Our organization has existed in this community since the 1960s. We house about 10% of the population in the city of Palatka. And what that means is that, and we have another 10% of the population is currently on one of our wait lists. So we serve individuals who are experiencing a time in their life where they are economically challenged. And we offer them housing services as our primary offering. But we're an organization that goes above and beyond offering just housing to make sure that we are also looking at how do we wrap services around the full need of the individual. I am, as many have heard before who have heard my story, a product of an organization such as our organization. I grew up in public housing and my family took advantage of a lot of those services. This community that we serve are your future employees. They are worth investing in. They are worth your services. They are worth the investment in their potential. And we believe that before we can ask you to invest in them, we first have to invest in them. A number of ways that we are doing that is that this year we took a small group of young people to the Global Entrepreneurship Congress taking place in Indianapolis, Indiana. We had a video, we've shown the video, a lot of people have seen it. It was a great experience and an eye-opener for the young people that we took their aspiration for business ownership and entrepreneurship and put it on a global stage. The one moniker that my staff hear me say almost daily, and sometimes many times a day, is we're not shooting to be good. We are not shooting to be even great. We're shooting to be world class. And in order for us to be a world class organization, it takes us investing in our employees, us investing in our community, and us making the connections and the partnerships that all allow us to operate at a level of excellence. One way that we are investing in our community is we are now mandating that new contracts, we have a specific set of contracts that we have that are up for renewal. These contracts, it is mandated that they not only hire, but that they train our residents. This is creating a pipeline of our residents gaining skill sets that we know we need as an organization to fulfill our mission as an organization, and also making sure our residents get the skills that they need that are meeting the demands of today's marketplace. We are also investing in our young people and making sure that they have the skills that are necessary to begin to make money today. What communities like ours don't often get the benefit of the doubt is that they have skills, dreams, aspirations, and talents that are worth investing in. And while talent is distributed equally, opportunity is not. So therefore, we as an organization are investing first in the people before we invest in the buildings. And many of the initiatives that we have culminate in us building beautiful housing for our residents and for the wider community in Palatka and across Putnam County. But we cannot do that without building the lives of the people. So I'm happy to be a part of this event today, and I'm going to end today with the same way that we began today. So I'm going to ask everybody to stand up. Everybody to stand up. Remember, this is a gift from you to you. Can I get everybody to clap their hands? Everybody clapping? Everybody clapping? Everybody clapping? I see him in the back. He don't want to clap. But you right here, I see you clapping with enthusiasm. All right, repeat after me. Say aye. Oh, it's weak as it was earlier. Say aye. Say aye. I know y'all got more in you. This is lunchtime. If you say it right, we get to go. So everybody say aye. Aye. I am somebody. I can succeed. Say aye. Aye. I am somebody. I can succeed. All right, so we thank you all once again for coming out to the Workforce Summit. We appreciate you. There are tables in the back. Many of the partners that you heard speak today have a table. We have a table. Please stop by, say hello on your way out. We would love to meet you, greet you, and we would love to partner with you if we're not already in the middle of those conversations. Thank you, and you have a great day.